welcome to the mess hall. Okay, so we're going to be going through some fundamental elements and philosophies to do with your nutrition moving forward, okay? But before we actually give you the strategy in terms of how to count your calories, how to divide meals up, etc., as with everything in these first 2 weeks, we really want to be making sure we're setting a good foundation for your success moving forward, okay? Because a big part of our philosophy is that your exterior shell, the way you look, should be a direct reflection of your internal body, okay? But what we see all through the fitness industry is quite the opposite. People who really look good on the outside, but inside they're actually wasting away. And we don't want that, okay? Because if you get the internal world right, then the rest will take care of itself. Not just from a physical look, but also from a stature and a demeanor and a story of self, a sense of self-worth and pride and vitality that you won't get if you do not follow these principles, okay? So the first one we want to talk about is the argument for organic food, okay? Now this is a pretty big thing in today's world. Unless you've been living under a rock, you know that organic food is really starting to become to the forefront, okay? Or as our grandparents used to call it, food. It really is only in the last 50, 60 years that organic food actually became a thing, since commercial food and farming actually started to reach the mainstream, okay, to keep up with the demands of the increasing population, okay? So the reason why we want to go organic is there's a few reasons, but mostly it's because of the chemical residue that gets sprayed on the foods, okay? Now, the way that these chemicals work, chemicals are classed as rodenticides, pesticides, fungicides, herbicides. The way these work is that they actually break down the nervous system and the hormonal system of the microorganisms that are considered predators, okay? Now, first and foremost, let's remember one thing. Mother Nature knows best, yeah? There is, like, if something has a predator, it's for a good reason, okay? Anytime man, and history has shown this, okay? Anytime man comes along and tries to fuck with nature, she bites back hard. And we're seeing it all around us. Cancer, diabetes, heart disease, mental illness, all these issues that are now becoming the social norm, the social standard, which is just bullshit, right? And that's not what we stand for at Tribal Strength Academy. Okay, so embracing this concept is really foundational to your health, because here's the thing, right? If a particular chemical is designed to break down your nervous system and break down your hormonal system, what do you think that's going to mean? Let's go to the bacteria, the microorganisms, the prey, the predators that these chemicals are actually focused on breaking down, right? Why do you think they would be targeted towards those particular systems? Let's think about it. Your nervous system, what does that do? It's your brain, right? That's what gets your body to move. Your hormonal system, what does that do? It produces hormones that allow you to procreate. If you can't move and you can't procreate, you die. And not only you, but the species dies as well. It's no wonder why we're seeing massive rates of infertility in the world, okay? And as I said, all the other diseases too, okay? So the other thing as well, guys, which really plays into our foundational philosophy of oneness, is that we live in humans, everything lives in a closed organic cycle, okay? So what I mean by that is that the bacteria and the mixture of elements and minerals and everything that makes up us is the same stuff that's found everywhere else in the world. It's just a different blend, if you like, okay? Now, in terms of food and us and living organisms, right, that all starts in the soil, okay? So there are microorganisms in the soil, little bacteria, parasites, fungi, that actually break down and liquefy rocks, okay? So they literally eat rocks and other organic matter in there, and they shit it out, okay? And it turns into liquid, which is actually the sap that then provides nutrients for the plants, okay? Now we go up the next level. Those plants provide food for a lot of animals that we eat, okay? And then obviously we come along, we eat the animals, we eat the plants, and then what happens when we die? We go back into the ground. We go back into earth. One way or another, we end up back there. So it's this closed organic cycle, and we're all interdependent, right? We're not restricted from each other. And again, anytime you try to fuck with Mother Nature's way of balancing things, she's going to bite back hard, okay? And again, we're seeing that all around us, yeah? So it's really crucial that you guys embrace this philosophy using the 90-10 rule, is what we say. Because, you know, guys, we're no saints. We like to go out, we like to party, we like to have a drink, we like to smoke a joint every now and then, we like to, you know, organic weed, of course. We like to, you know, eat chocolate, we like to have some junk food every now and then, and that's cool, okay? And I think it's important to keep this in mind, guys, because when I was first introduced to that concept of, you know, like this closed organic cycle, we got to eat organic, like, you really start to box yourself in, and you can start to really go like, man, what the fuck is wrong with the world? And it can really do your head in. There's no need to go there, okay? Just adhere to the process, adhere to eating organic 90% of the time, and then you'll allow, and then when you do go and have your cheat meals or your nights out or whatever, yeah, you're going to feel like shit, but it's not going to have long-lasting damaging effects, because you'll get straight back onto the plan, your normal way of eating, yeah, good, nutritious, vital food that actually has life in it, and that will then help you to heal. Because here's the thing, guys, food is not just fuel. Food is not just fuel. Food is you, because of the reasons I said before. Eventually, that food will become you. So you want to be making sure that you're getting the best possible food available, and not just for you, but also for your family, okay? Because you want to feel vital, you want life, you want nutrients, you want elements, you want all the things that go into making you feel strong and vital and fortifying your joints and just making sure everything runs smoothly, because that's then going to boost your immunity and keep you safe from disease and sickness and illness, okay? So guys, that is part of our philosophy here at the Academy. I really encourage you to embrace it wholeheartedly, but again, using the discretion of the 90-10 rule, okay? Because we all want to let our hair down every now and then, and we don't want to be too restricted, yeah? Now guys, go through the videos below. We're going to start getting into some more of the strategy behind it all.